analysis Julia Lee joins us now from Bell Direct. Julia, good to talk to you. Now, Aussie shares, they did end lower. It could have been worse though. We were down by a lot more in the early part of the session, but we did see a real trend, a move back towards defensives today.
Righty, we did see a bit of nervousness on the Australian share market. Significantly, we closed below that 4,800 point for the S&P ASX 200 index, so back below that support level. So if we have a look at the Australian market, this is the last 2 years. We have been watching that 4,800 point level for at least the last 6 weeks now. We managed to get above that mark last week, but once again, we're below it. And technically, if you have a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average on Friday, we also saw it slip below 10,000 points. Now tonight in the US is the 22nd anniversary of Black Monday. Of course, that crash we saw in 1987 where the US stock market fell by 22.6% in one session. And in fact, if we have a look at the Australian market during that time, by the end of October, the Australian market was down by 42%. Now today on the Aussie share market, it wasn't that bad, but we did see losses across the market ending down 0.9%. If we have a look at some of the big movers of the day, we saw Fortescue come out with its September quarter results with a loss of $18 million. So its stock was down 3.6%. We also saw Tabcorp coming out to say that its last quarter's revenue was up by 4.4%. So that stock was actually up by 0.8%. We saw Energy Development doing well after it rejected a takeover offer, and takeover offers are usually good news for share price. So we saw its stock up by 4.2%. Oil Search in a trading halt, but generally investors getting out of some of those riskier sectors back into defensives. So if we have a look at which sectors actually did end higher, it was just two sectors, and they were the defensive areas of consumer staples as well as telecom, but all the other sectors finishing in the red.
Just what else are you watching out for this week?
There's three main things that will be driving markets this week. First of all, setting the tone for global markets will be the US earnings season. We see 13 out of the 30 Dow components reporting this week, so it's going to be a huge week in terms of earnings. Some of the big names to come out this week include Microsoft, Apple, as well as Yahoo. We also see American Express, and we also see Coca-Cola coming out as well. So some of the big names reporting this week. Now, secondly, on Thursday, we see a raft of data coming out of China. The big one's going to be GDP numbers. We're expecting to still be seeing growth of 9% in China. And then here domestically, we see a number of reports as well. We see BHP, Billiton, Santos, as well as Woodside Petroleum coming out with their last quarter production reports. So the September quarter production results. We see Woolworths out with its first quarter sales result tomorrow. We see 10 out with its full-year result out on Wednesday. So it's going to be a busy week here at home as well as around the globe.
Now, Oil Search's story today, certainly, launching that capital raising to fund part of its PNG LNG project after those talks came to nothing. What did you make of the announcement from Oil Search?
If we have a look at Oil Search's share price in 2009 so far, the stock is up by 45%, so doing pretty well. And one of the main drivers of Oil Search's share price is that Papua New Guinea LNG project, which is run by ExxonMobil. So that's been the main driver of its share price. That project is expected to see first gas either in late 2013 or early 2014. Now, in order to fund its component of the project, what Oil Search was going to do was a deal with Abu Dhabi's International Petroleum Investment Corporation. But of course, that deal fell through, and that was really because of the timing aspects. The International Petroleum Investment Corporation saying that it needed shareholder approval first. So Oil Search has decided to go to the market with a capital raising. The institutional component is fully underwritten, so not much risk there. It's looking to raise $895 million through that institutional placement, and then it's going to offer another share purchase plan for retail investors, so they'll be able to apply for up to $15,000 worth of new shares as well. It will be at a discounted price. I've just drawn a line where that discount is at. $5.90 will be the price that new shares are issued at, so around about a 15% discount there. Also, in addition, Oil Search coming out trying to boost, I guess, the market's confidence by releasing its results one day early. So it's come out with its third quarter results. We've seen revenue in US dollar terms at about $116 million for the last quarter. It's also come out and reiterated its guidance for 8 to 8.3 million barrels of oil equivalent. So no huge surprises there. If we have a look at when their investment decision is due, it's the 8th of December. So they have put a date on that. Oil Search, of course, in a trading halt while it does this capital raising, and it's going to help to fund its commitments to the Papua New Guinea LNG project run by ExxonMobil.
Julia Lee, Bell Direct, so much to go through there. Thank you very much for that. We do appreciate it. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, Friday.